An early goal in the Champions League this evening, and this is a massive, massive goal at Villa Park. Aston Villa 1, Celtic 0 after 3 minutes. Villa Park erupts, and this is a massive, massive start for Aston Villa. Aston Villa 1, Celtic 0. Morgan Rogers is the goal scorer for Aston Villa. Celtic guaranteed a place inside the top 24, but behind early on at Villa Park. The play comes down the left-hand side. Tyron Mings plays the ball. I think it's to Luca Dean on the left-hand side. He cuts back in on his right foot. Aston Villa worked the play through. Lovely 1-2 between Ramsey, and then Ramsey plays a wonderful ball back across goal, and as we see so often, Morgan Rogers arrives into the box and slots the ball into the back of the net. Lovely 1-2 though from Ramsey into Tielemans. He plays Ramsey back in, he keeps his composure, and he slots the ball past the goalkeeper. So that win now, as things stand, Aston Villa already, Andy, they jump up to 5th in the table, and it's Bayer Leverkusen as things stand who are outside the top 8.
Yeah, that's right. Inter have taken the lead against Monaco as well. Lautaro Martinez from the penalty spot. So I think it really underlines the fact that Villa need to win this and see what breaks for them. But a great start for them. And of course, Morgan Rogers.
Oh, he scores again! Oh, it's incredible! It's absolutely incredible. Morgan Rogers has got 2 inside 4 minutes. The first one was a nice finish from inside the box. This time, though, after 4 minutes, he shoots from outside the box and he beats Kasper Schmeichel. What a start at Villa Park for Aston Villa, and what a start for Morgan Rogers. Andy Brassel, it's some finish, isn't it, from Rogers?
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, he barely really gets a proper sight of the goal. Just gets it onto his right foot, gets a little glimmer of the net, really. Just smashes it into the top corner before Schmeichel can really get himself set. What a start for Morgan Rogers, and what a start for Aston Villa.
Yeah, that's an absolutely incredible goal. Morgan Rogers, what a journey for him. Scoring goals like that in the Champions League, playing in the Championship not too long ago. He's a player that's obviously got undoubted quality, but this goal is one of the best we're going to see today. Like he's mentioned, Sam, picks the ball outside the area and absolutely hits it.
Maybe they won't miss Watkins and Duran after all.
He's such a good player, and they've got so many good players. And what Emery's built there at Villa Park, and they've had some great results this year in the Champions League, but it'd really top it off if they can win tonight. Other results go their way and they can finish in the top 8.
Yeah, so it takes a little flick off Liam Scales. Actually, that's what does
for Kasper Schmeichel.
In the end, isn't it?
It does take a deflection. So Aston Villa versus Celtic, by the way, a live radio commentary of that on talkSPORT. The Man City v Club Brugge game, live radio commentary of that on talkSPORT too. So Aston Villa 2-0 up against Celtic after 5 minutes. 2 goals from Morgan Rogers. First goal, lovely move from Aston Villa down the left-hand side. Great 1-2 from Ramsey and Tielemans. Ramsey across to Rogers, who scores. Then he tries to lock from outside the box. It does take a deflection. It beats Kasper Schmeichel. So as things stand right now, with this victory, Aston Villa are 6th in the table. So if the night was to finish like this, Aston Villa would be inside the top 8. Villa were 2-0 up thanks to Morgan Rogers' 2 goals. And yeah, plenty going on. Celtic breaking down the left-hand side, ball across goal. And Celtic have pulled one back at Villa Park, a cross in from the left-hand side. And I think it's Eder that does really well there.
Great finish.
Stick out a left leg. It takes a deflection as it comes in. He sticks a big right foot out and manages to divert it goalwards. For Celtic, they're guaranteed to be in the top 24, which we know doesn't happen too often. The trademark Brennan Rodgers, 2 arms in the air and the fist bump. That's a really good finish, by the way. He bounces and you've got to get his foot up high.
Yeah, it really is. He's adjusted brilliantly there, Adam Eder. Going back to that goal for Atalanta at Barcelona, they lead 1-0 there. Davide Zappacosta making the most of a scramble in the box. Tidy little finish into the far corner from him, advancing from left wing back, the former Chelsea player. Now, what that means is Atalanta are 5th as stands. So it's Liverpool, Inter, Barcelona, Atleti, Atalanta, Arsenal, Leverkusen and Villa just about hanging on in 8th at the moment.
And Man City hanging on quite cute at the Etihad.
Just some questionable goalkeeping from Ederson. He's obviously doing what Ederson does. He comes off his line. Clearance. I don't think he sees the man coming up behind him, a Bruges player, and almost gets caught short there, but manages to clear the ball.
There's a VAR check here as well for a handball here, just in the build-up play there.
Yeah, there is. I think it was a Kevin De Bruyne deflected cross that does bounce off a Club Brugge, well, maybe a Club Brugge hand. I think we'll have to know. It's been waved on. Yeah. You're wishful thinking, Rachel. You're getting desperate now, aren't you? Are you making up penalty appeals now, Rachel? You look genuinely scared.
I'm not scared. I'm just impatient, I think is the word. Yeah. And like I say, I'm just concerned that, the 10 men behind the ball is holding up pretty well at the minute for Bruges.
Yeah,
and yet...
They go! Celtic score!
Oh, my
Unbelievable scenes at Villa Park! Absolutely unbelievable. Villa were 2 up thanks to 2 Morgan Rogers goals, but now 2 goals in the space of a couple of minutes from either means that Celtic are back on level terms. The first goal was some finish, an acrobatic finish. This one, though, it won't come any more easier for a centre-forward. Good play from Celtic down the right-hand side. Really good ball across goal. And the number 9, the centre-forward, he's not going to miss from there, Kwaku. And Villa Park, not that we can hear it, but it looks stunned.
Yeah, they are stunned, and it's gone to pot ever since Matty Cash went down with an injury. John McGinn came on for him, and ever since they made that change, there's an imbalance in this Aston Villa side, and they're conceding chances. Celtic could have actually scored 3 in this one already, and Emery's going to have to make some changes at half-time because Villa are conceding goals that they shouldn't be conceding.
Arsenal have scored a goal at Girona. It's a penalty from Jorginho. Arsenal did go 1-0 down early on there, but a really cool, calm, collected penalty from Jorginho has equalised for Arsenal. So Villa 2, Celtic 2, and there's another goal for Liverpool at PSV. And Harvey Elliott, I think it was, that's pulled away and has opened, has given Liverpool a 2-1 lead there. Another goal, by the way. Lille are now 2-1 up against Feyenoord. So Lille started in 12th, level on points, Andy, with Leverkusen in 8th place. The victory for them, as things stand, is going to take them up to 16 points. And as things stand, Lille go to 7th. Aston Villa, they were 6th 5 minutes ago. They're now 13th.
Wow.
I know, it's remarkable. They're only a point away still. So this is still in Aston Villa's hands as things stand. But they've had a chastening 5 minutes, that's for sure.
Big moment. Watkins scores for Aston Villa!
Good goal.
Aston Villa.
That's another 20 million for
there
Arsenal in that case. Yeah.
Aston Villa 3, Celtic 2. Man City, can they get a third goal? No, they can't. Now, how's my mathematics? Now, because AC Milan are drawing their game at the moment against Dinamo Zagreb,
Villa
as things stand, Villa are going to move into the top 8. Ollie Watkins gives Aston Villa the lead. They managed to break through. Jacob Ramsey gets played in. He's got so much time, so much space. Can he keep his cool? Can he keep his composure? He plays it across to Ollie Watkins. Look how open, by the way. It's fair. It did come from a corner, but Celtic lead themselves so open. Such a big space in that middle of the park. John McGinn does really well to take the ball, to carry the ball, to shrug off a Celtic midfielder. He plays it to Ramsey, who does really well to keep his cool. Plays it across goal, a bit behind Watkins, but he does well to manage to get his foot under the ball and put the ball into the back of the net. So 9:21. We got half an hour left of these Champions League group games. As things stand, with that goal, Aston Villa will be in the top 8, and that means then for Aston Villa, all eyes are going to be on the Dinamo Zagreb AC Milan game. It's 1-1, and if AC Milan score, they'll go into the top 8 instead of Aston Villa. But at the moment, Aston Villa are doing okay.
The turn by McGinn is what makes that goal.
And the strength as well then to barge the player off.
He uses that famous backside to his advantage, doesn't he?
Just say bum. We can say bum. Can we say bum?
Well,
Don't say the...
You're saying it, so I don't have to say
it.
Posterior.
Yes, so I'm waiting for my league table to update here, but yes, so Aston Villa 7th in the table. So Villa 7th, Lille 8th, Dortmund, Munich, Madrid, AC Milan, the 4 teams that are going to miss out as things stand. So Aston Villa 3, Celtic 2. Harry Kane is on the score sheet for Aston Villa's evening gets even better. Dinamo Zagreb 2. AC Milan 1.
Wow.
That's a massive goal. Yeah. Aston Villa win. And again, I said before the show, 9th in the table, all they needed was one of the 5 teams above them in the top 8 not to win. Milan, AC, now losing at Dinamo Zagreb.
Huge results, huge permutations in the Champions League. Aston Villa, on the brink of conceding here.
They didn't deal with defending that set piece particularly well, did they?
No, they didn't. Celtic still on the attack.
Aston Villa's evening gets even better. Dinamo Zagreb 2, AC Milan 1.
Wow.
That's a massive goal. Yeah. Aston Villa win. And again, I said before the show, 9th in the table, all they needed was one of the 5 teams above them in the top 8 not to win. Milan, AC, now losing at Dinamo Zagreb.
Huge results, huge permutations in the Champions League. Aston Villa, on the brink of conceding here.
They didn't deal with defending that set piece particularly well, did they?
No, they didn't. Celtic still on the attack. Well cleared.
I mentioned Harry Kane. Harry Kane scored for Bayern Munich. They're beating Slovan Bratislava by 2-0. And Atletico Madrid are now 4 up against Red Bull Salzburg. It's Llorente with the goal there. So, Atletico Madrid having some tournament, some competition. Could they go deep, Andy?
They maybe could. I mean, they had a chastening opening to this year's Champions League, but obviously been excellent in La Liga so far this season. The fact they've reinforced their squad, and it was a much-needed regeneration of their squad with the likes of Alvarez, Conor Gallagher signing this summer. Alex Sorloth has made a massive difference to them. They're able to affect games off the bench, and Diego Simeone is able to affect games off the bench. Villa
should score. Watkins. Kasper Schmeichel redeems himself. It comes back to Ramsey. Rodgers shoots over. Kasper Schmeichel trying to play out from the back. It doesn't work out well. Villa win the ball back right on the edge of the box. Ollie Watkins was then denied by Kasper Schmeichel. It then fell to Rodgers, who shot over. But Kasper Schmeichel, what on earth are you doing? He gets that terribly wrong. To be fair, he redeems himself pretty well. Big right hand to deny Watkins. I do wonder, are we going to see John Duran tonight? Is John Duran going to come off the bench, guys?
I can't see it. I can't see it. I'd love to see it, just for the drama, just for the narrative, just for the storyline. But
each leg in bubble wrap.
Yeah,
there we go.
He's worth too much to them.
Bayer Leverkusen
are on the attack here.
Save at the knee post as Bayer Leverkusen go 2 up now against Sparta Prague. It's a penalty at Villa Park. It is a penalty at Villa Park. Ollie Watkins has been taken down. It looked like it was a pretty rash tackle. And as things stand, Aston Villa have got a penalty. This could be some fight. We'll just talk you through the Club Brugge corner. It's come to the back post, back across goal. And Man City clear. But it's a really poor rash tackle. I think it's Trusty on Ollie Watkins. Yeah, Ollie Watkins has the ball on the right-hand side of the box. He looks to go past the number 6 Trusty. And as he does that, he sticks out a right leg. And I don't think he gets any of the ball. I think he goes through the man first. And he's complaining he's not happy. But I think that's more man than ball, Kwaku.
Yeah, I would agree. It's a rash challenge. He didn't need to make it.
He was going away from goal, wasn't he?
Yeah, Watkins had lured him in there. He's done him. And that's a penalty for Aston Villa and a chance to make it clear daylight.
Literally a few minutes ago, Aston Villa found themselves. They were 12th, 13th in the table. They now could be 4th up against Celtic. And again, they're in that top 8 because one of the teams in the top 8 are getting beat. That's AC Milan. They're losing 2-1 at Dinamo Zagreb. So we'll just talk you through the Aston Villa penalty. You'd imagine that it'll be taken by Ollie Watkins himself. So it could be 2 for Watkins. It could be 2 for Rodgers. Some game at Villa Park, by the way. Lots and lots of goals this evening on the talkSPORT Gold Show, on talkSPORT's YouTube channel, and also on your smart TVs. What's the wait for here at Villa Park, by the way? I'm not sure what they're waiting for. Kovacic with a shot from 25 yards out, which ends up going on the roof of the net, Rachel.
Yeah, he's won the ball back brilliantly in midfield as well. He's intercepted a pass and then played it on a 1-2 with De Bruyne, and it's gone way over the bar, actually. Yeah. Not kept it low enough.
Does anyone care about the young boys game?
I guess the players, right?
Do they?
We're talking about a former European Cup winner taking the lead in Crvena Zvezda or Red Star Belgrade, aren't we?
You talk us through it, Andy. You sell it to me. What's happened in the game?
Well, of course, there's a cash bonus for every point in the Champions League.
In that case, I apologise for being disrespectful. It is 1-0 to Red Star Belgrade in that game against Young Boys. Both of those two sides, though, are out. Crossing from the right-hand side, another Club Brugge cross, but it's cleared. Really good defensive header there at Manchester City. I think it was Johnny Stones who got up and cleared. Ollie Watkins finally has the ball on the spot at Villa Park. I'm not sure what's taken so long here. It felt like the penalty was given about 4 minutes ago. Ollie Watkins.
Oh, no! Wow.
Oh, Ollie Watkins. Oh, this could be a big moment. This could be a big moment. Ollie Watkins slips. He slips as he takes the penalty, and the ball. I think the ball might have left Villa Park. The ball might have left the whole end.
That was proper Beckham in Turkey business.
You can see the mark that it leaves on the pitch. But have a look at this, guys. Oh, that's bad. He slips his right foot, he kicks the ball into his left leg, and it goes absolutely miles over the bar. Oh no, Ollie Watkins. I really hope for his sake that imagine that was his last thing in a Villa shirt.
Oh man, that's one of the worst penalties I've ever seen. That was shocking. You do feel for him, and that could come back to bite them. Really, that's an important moment for Aston Villa. They have been on top in the second half against Celtic, but that was a crucial opportunity to take a 2-goal lead, and now AC Milan will be looking at the opportunity to, if they can pull a goal back and score another goal, it might go on.
Oh, a big goal. It's Barcelona 1, Atalanta 1. How about that? Ederson with the goal. Ooh. After 67 minutes. Atalanta starting the day inside the top 8. They were 7th in the table against the Barcelona team, 2nd in the league. That could be a big goal, Andy.
Haaland.
Yeah.
Yes, Haaland.
Haaland for City. Keeper makes a good save. Savinho! It goes off the line.
I can't believe that. Haaland did brilliantly dispossessing him in the first place. Oh,
that's some effort off the line, though. The keeper makes a really, really good save. And then the ball falls to Savinho. His shot is cleared off the line. Haaland does well, you're right, Rachel, to win it back. Good save from the keeper. Savinho's effort
He's run off to celebrate already. Yeah. He thinks he's gone in, but fair play to the defender.
I'm stating the absolute obvious here, Rachel. The longer it stays at 2-1, the more nervy he's going to get at the Etihad.
Absolutely, yeah, it is. But at the same time, it does feel like at this moment in time, we look like the more likely to score and go on and get a third. Even then, I won't be confident given what happened in the Feyenoord game. So, yeah, not confident till the final whistle.
That equaliser in Barcelona by Ederson, brilliant finish from him, from outside the box into the far corner of Szczesny's goal, and also into 3-0 up against Monaco, hat-trick for Lautaro. It was a shot from Henrik Mkhitaryan, saved, followed in by Lautaro, who's really starting to find his form now.
Ederson, absolutely cruising.
Ederson, interesting goal scorer for Atalanta, a man that is linked with Man City.
I mentioned him earlier on, didn't he? As a potential...
not necessarily known for his goal scoring exploits, but a potential Rodri replacement for Man City, but he's got on the score sheet for Atalanta, significant goal at the Camp Nou, and Barcelona are now being pegged back.
92 minutes gone. If Atalanta find a goal, Atalanta will overtake Aston Villa and finish inside the top 8. If they don't, Aston Villa will go through if they hold on against Celtic. Also, by the way, we haven't mentioned this evening, Andy, but let's give Celtic some love, shall we? Because Celtic, we know them getting through to the knockout stages doesn't happen very often. But they're there, aren't they? It always felt like this new league format was always going to benefit a team like a Celtic.
It was, but really they've got there by taking care of business in terms of their home form. So we can talk about the format really helping them. Of course, Rangers have been great in Europe, in the Europa League over the last couple of years. Celtic have had an incredible dry spell in Europe, and you have to say that's due to the balance of power in Europe and changing resources and all that sort of stuff. But nevertheless, they've done very, very well.
And it could be for Morgan Rogers for a hat-trick. Good for you.
Unselfish.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Very unselfish.
Oh, do you know what? That's great to see. Morgan Rogers has a Champions League hat-trick. Aston Villa 4, Celtic 2. Andy Brassel, what's happened?
And Raheem Sterling could be about to get himself a Champions League goal for Arsenal, because Arsenal have a penalty, clear penalty, handball. Raheem Sterling has put it on the spot, and he will be aiming to get his first Champions League goal.
Atletico Madrid have beaten Red Bull Salzburg by 4-1. Atletico lost 2 of their first 3 games, but since then have been absolutely perfect. They are 5th in the table. They will go straight through to the last 16. They're 5th in the table, 6 wins from 8. Atletico Madrid this evening, winners of Red Bull Salzburg by 4-1. Sturm Graz have beaten Leipzig by 1-0. That was 2 sides with nothing to play for. Both sides were knocked out. Liverpool down to 10 men in their game against PSV. The youngster Amara Nallo has been sent off, and confirmation for Man City fans. You were 1 down at half time. There was some panic there, but 3 goals in the second half. A good second half performance means that you beat Club Brugge by 3-1. You will be in the knockout stages come a couple of weeks' time.
Raheem Sterling has not scored that penalty. It's been saved by Paul Lopez, and his wait goes on. Also, talking of waits, we have to see if Villa do make the top 8, because it's still not over at Montjuic between Barcelona and Atalanta.
94 minutes gone in that game.
There was an injury in stoppage time, though, so that will go on a little bit longer to one of the Atalanta players.
So we are going to wait on that game, with AC Milan still losing at home to Dinamo Zagreb. 93 minutes gone there, so we can forget about AC Milan coming back and winning that game. game and knocking Villa out. So as things stand, if Villa are 4-2 up, they're going to win their game. The only goal now that can change something in this top 8 is an Atalanta goal at Barcelona. If they do get that goal, then it'll be Aston Villa, won't it, that will drop out. Villa are, by the way, on the same points. And what's interesting here, Andy, by the way, if that was to happen to Villa and they were to miss out, Lille will also be in the top 8 on the same points as Villa, but they'll go through because they got a 1 better goal difference.
Wow.
Good job they scored those 6 goals tonight, Lille. That's something I hadn't thought about. That's incredible.
Yeah. It's definitely drama. I know we're playing it down because Liverpool already through.
Oh, don't start.
But only the second defeat inflicted on Arne Slot has taken over as... actually third
with the Spurs game.
Spurs game as well.
They will be very much enjoying PSV beating a former Feyenoord coach.
Yeah.
Yes.
You looked at Cody Gakpo as well. When he came off, he got a round of applause from everybody. Everybody in the stadium gave him a great reception. I saw an interview with him earlier on in the week talking about how Manchester United were in for him and they pulled out for him. They ended up getting Anthony, and look how that story went. Cody Gakpo is doing very, very well for Liverpool so far.
Some more full times to bring you. Borussia Dortmund 3, Shakhtar Donetsk 1, Bayern Munich 3, Slovan Bratislava 1. Both Dortmund and Munich came into the evening 14th and 15th in the table. They needed to win. They needed lots of results to go their way above them. That hasn't happened. So Dortmund and Munich, 2 of the big clubs in the Champions League, will not be in the top 8. They will go into the knockout stages. So will Real Madrid. They're winning this evening at Brest. They're going to finish 11th. Some other results to bring you. Benfica have won 2-0 at Juventus. Both Juventus and Benfica will go into the knockout phase. Juventus won't be seeded. Benfica will be seeded. And that is at the moment the full times to bring you. We are still really now waiting on the Barcelona-Atalanta game. Into the 96th minute, still Barca 2, Atalanta 2. It has finished at the Nou Camp. Barcelona 2, Atalanta 2. I'm being told by my producer that game is over. So that means that Aston Villa are in the top 8. Aston Villa will be going through immediately into the round of 16. There'll be no knockout game, no knockout tie. Confirmation, Barcelona 2, Atalanta 2. So Aston Villa started the evening in 9th place in the table. But the draw for Atalanta and the defeat for AC Milan means that Aston Villa will qualify in the top 8. Rach, it's some achievement, isn't it?
It really is. And you've also got to give, given Emery's track record in cup competitions, you've got to give Villa a chance of winning the whole thing. Why not? Why not?
You reckon?
Why not? As we discussed earlier, it's not always the best teams that win, but you think about Emery's track record in European competitions in particular, I say you could go give him a chance, bit of an underdog.
So I believe...
I'm just watching Joleon Lescott channeling his inner Paddington Bear as well.
He looks cosy there.
He looks warm.
He looks cosy there. So I think now we can confirm what the top 8 is going to be. The top 8 will be Liverpool, who are going to finish top despite losing. Confirmation, PSV 3, Liverpool 2, but the remain top was Barca didn't beat Atalanta. Liverpool top, Barca 2nd, Arsenal 3rd, Inter Milan 4th, Atletico Madrid 5th, Bayer Leverkusen 6th, and then the 2 big winners from this evening, the 2 changes in the top 8, Lille thumping Feyenoord 6-1 in the top 8. They're finishing 7th, and Aston Villa beating Celtic. They will finish 8th. The 2 teams that have missed out on the top 8 automatically. AC Milan losing 2-1 at Dinamo Zagreb, and also, Andy, Atalanta with that draw at Barcelona. We did say, didn't we, before, we fancied Villa to come top 8 because we just didn't fancy Atalanta at Barca, especially when we saw the team.
Yeah, that's right. Well, we knew someone would drop points, and Barcelona have been formidable, really, in the Champions League. Until that equaliser, in fact, by Mario Pasalic, they were going to finish top of the whole tree, weren't they? With Liverpool losing that first game, dropping their first points in the Netherlands against PSV. So I think you still have to look. You can't judge it all on the league stage, but I think if there are 2 teams that have really moved the dial in terms of who the favourites are in this competition during the group stage, is Liverpool and Barcelona. Because Liverpool don't just finish top, they have been the best team in the Champions League so far by an absolute mile. They've been versatile, they've played so well. Barcelona have played, okay, they're not the best Barcelona team we've ever seen, but they're playing like a Barcelona team should. They're daring, they're scoring a lot of goals. They'll be formidable opposition for a lot of teams as well.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.